Hey, Jake, talking about the articles in last week tonight segment. Um, First impressions, I think it's sad that we're still dealing with these issues in 2000 flipping 18. Uh, the fact that the number of schools with 1% or less white students has gone up since 1998 is worrisome, um, for lack of a better word. Man, just flat out frustrating, in my opinion. I also thought it was interesting because that there were more segregated schools in New York than anywhere else in the nation because desegregation was focused on the South, just like racism is focused on America when there is plenty of racism in Europe and the rest of the world also. Atlantic article, what line stood out to you? Says that he found that black Americans who attended integrated schools by court order were more likely to graduate, go into college, and earn a degree than black Americans who attended segregated schools. Just found that interesting, not only because I'm sure it's true because of the amount of turnover that you have with teachers at these segregated schools. But because the board is more likely to give them funds uh, than the segregated schools, and at the same time, it's just flat out sad that schools are still desegregating without really saying they are desegregate. I mean, segregating without saying they're segregating. They're doing it in a way that just says, that's a bad part of town, which is ridiculous. How can we as teachers? I think we have to be an advocate in the community and school district for it. Maybe we could point out how a school somewhere else got this new technology, and the school that's known as that school is getting them last because we know that happens. I mean, even in Greenville County, it happens. Would you describe the school or district as desegregated? School district, yes, is desegregated for the most part. And the school I taught at was predominantly, student taught at was predominantly white, which is much different than what I grew up with. Uh, because what I grew up was a even mix almost of Caucasian, African American, and Latino. The school a student taught at would be desegregated, but is also known for not allowing kids from a certain area in the high school and sending them to the school that I actually grew up going to. The rumor is they don't want those kids bringing down their test scores, which I guess is a form of segregation. Um, Questions of wondering, how do we as teachers go about bringing up these issues to the district without stepping on toes? Because this is obviously a problem that needs to be fixed in America, but you also don't want to put yourself in a situation where the district, plays dirty politics and decides not to hire you back.